The Future is Made Today by Jacqueline Trejo. Although families form the educational foundation of a child, to succeed in the world, we can't stay at home forever, which is why without school, a disabled child loses one of the key elements to create a normal and independent life. I believe it is important for every child, regardless of the background or abilities, to receive an equal chance on getting the best education. Everyone needs to go to school to get the proper education. There are some things we simply can't learn at home. I want to be part of ensuring disabled children receive equal opportunities and extra help when needed. In our lives, we are influenced by all the people we come across, whether we use what they teach now or later. The most important influence in a child's life is their family because they are the primary educators. They form the educational foundation of a child. For example, they provide experience. Reading to a child, having a large vocabulary, or even the type of jobs parents have benefits a child because a parent's experience gives a child advantages. Jerome Keegan also mentioned that beliefs and values are another form of influence. So there are four types of abuse: physical, emotional, sexual, and neglect. Edward Tronick used neglect and made an experiment called the still face experiment, which is showing the connections between a child and a parent, and then the parent neglecting their child and the emotions that the child shows. So another influence is our peers. Judith Harris said that our peers are a significant influence because it doesn't matter if you grow up in a disciplined home or a chaotic one, peers will still have a significant impact on a child's behavior at a young age. So the third form of influence is schools because schools provide diversity. Schools also influence by helping children develop social skills, and it can also influence by preventing bullying by teaching kids that diversity that surrounds them like cultural differences. So there are many ways children can be taught. One example is modeling. Andrew Meltzoff said that children naturally do as we do, not as we say. Another example is an article by Joel Swartz. He mentioned that parents that smoke, the children are more likely to be influenced to smoke because preventing bad habits is more of a physical education than a verbal one. Another way of educating is through books. Books can be used to discuss valuable topics and situations. It helps children develop opinion, learn new things, and creativity. One valuable discussion that can be taught through literature is about bullying. Educators can tie children's books into their discussion by reviewing the characters' actions in various situations. Play can also be used for education. Playing is critical to health and development of a child. Playing helps kids develop physical skills such as climbing or balance. It can also help kids develop cognitive concepts such as problem solving. It can help language skills and even social skills. So, what can we teach? We can teach kids how to respect each other and appreciate each individual's worth because every student is different and has different beliefs, needs, and capabilities. We can also make learning fun by teaching subjects in a fun and entertaining way. We can teach social skills and communication by having children interact with other students and teachers, also by having them solve problems and arguments. Another thing we can teach is some useful life skills, like how to take care of their belongings, how to maintain the classroom clean, and how to keep their desk organized. Most importantly, how to help them be more independent. Learning disabilities or disorders aren't related to how smart a child is, but there are differences in the brain that are present from birth or shortly after. Disorders can be caused in many ways, but three ways are genetics, environment, or health conditions a child gets. So, how is the world helped? In 1997, Congress passed a public law 94 142, a landmark federal law now known as Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. This gave the rights of children with disabilities to attend public schools, receive free service designed to meet their needs, and the ability to learn in classrooms with non disabled children. So children went from learning in segregated environment to learning in regular educated education classrooms. Another way the world has helped is by creating a system that exists for identifying, evaluating, and serving children with disabilities beginning at birth. Dr. Brett Miller had said that initial screening and then ongoing monitoring of a children's performance is important for being able to quickly tell when they start to struggle. So, as educators, how can we help? We can help by assess students' skills to determine their needs. We can make activities specific to their abilities. We can make lessons to meet general knowledge, the individual and education programs. We can teach a class, groups, or on one, discuss programs with parents, other teachers, counselors, and administrators. You don't have to wait until you're out of high school to begin educating or helping out kids. It is even a requirement to have a certain number of hours completed depending on what state you are applying in. Teaching students with disabilities requires deep compassion and immense patience. It's been said to be quite stressful, emotionally demanding, and physically draining. Special education teachers are expected to have good job opportunities from the need to replace teachers who leave the occupation each year. How it all came together. A very important consideration when undertaking a research project is asking yourself, what question am I trying to answer? What I want to know more about? Asking yourself questions prior to searching helps search for information quicker. When you discover what information you are trying to locate, you can move on to the next step. However, in my end, this is where I made a mistake. I wasn't asking myself the right questions, so the information I find wasn't what I needed to answer the questions the instructor needed. Searching for information wasn't difficult. Yes, I had a lot of problems understanding some literature due to my vocabulary and knowledge of the subject, but the more I read, the more questions I had. The more questions, the more I continued to search through articles, books, and websites to answer my questions. Once I found answers to my questions, I was ready to finish my project. The process to completing this project was not well completed. I did not manage my time correctly, causing myself to rush in some areas. However, my work is complete.